Alrighty. Excuse me here a sec while I get my life together. I have two. I didn't have Steam open. I don't have Steam open. To launch Steam. I can launch the game. Here we go. So let's get game sound going. Hey, Wayno, how's it going, Easy? How goes it today? How's life treating you? Pretty tired? That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. These things tend to happen on Sunday. You doing alright, though? You gonna be alright? Start of the week now. Gotta stay strong. Hunger Night is upon us. Indeed it is. As was foretold in the schedule. Hunger Night is now upon us. You're gonna be good? That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. It's on the schedule tomorrow. I forgot my own schedule. Dark and darker for 2 days. Perfect. For now, though. We must do what needs to be done. Heads. Necromancy. Not bad, but I don't think we're really gonna be using it. We might use it. There's one skeleton in Mahabre. And I have a feeling that we're gonna be in the need of party members very soon. If you know, you know. Are you in the know? What are we all equipped with? Okay. Acceptable. Last we left off, we were about to enter Mahavre. They're depicting different grotesque and ancient beings. And then we recognize. Ancient city, the tomb of the gods. Okay, it's key right now that we don't go into the past. We have to stay in the present times right now. Gotta rush past this guy. It's a scary fellow. Don't fight him if you don't have to. Okay. Let's see if this works. What's up, Willy Wisp? No, you got the wrong W. You got the wrong W. I'm the other one. How's it going though, QWERTY? Sorry, y'all look similar, do we? You see his news broadcast though? This is Raccoon. Raccoon. It's going good? Good to hear, man. Good to hear. This place. Yeah, the news was weird. You know this place. Of course not.
Bailiff, whack his pee-pee.
I get a little worried. I feel like the delay between like you guys redeeming and the actual sound alert playing is getting longer. So I just have to sit here for like 2 seconds, wondering if it's a delay or if my sound alerts just don't work. They're broken now. That's not what that sounded like the first time. How's it going, Draft? Of course not. There's something you're not saying. I don't buy the whole amnesia act. What can I say? I can't remember a thing. Ragnvaldr clenches his fists. He's seemingly suspicious about Legard. Not only suspicious, but there's anger in his eyes as well. Wait, is that it? I thought they were gonna fight. We're gonna have a World Federation smackdown. I was promised blood, but there is none. You notice Ragnvaldr and Legard missing from your party. You must have stayed behind. Here it is. Ragnvaldr and Legard are fighting violently. You little piece of shit. I don't know what you want me to say. There's nothing to say anymore. Man, he's getting his ass kicked. Legard's looking to be in a very rough shape. You do not understand the things this man is capable of. You don't understand what he's responsible of. I'll have my revenge. He must die. I got nothing against you, but I hold no remorse in killing you two on my path of vengeance. I made a promise long ago, and I'll become the god of ultraviolence if that's what it takes to keep it. Oh, it's a one-on-one. I was kind of expecting a little bit of help from our buddy Legard. Run or die. I'll give you a tiny head start. Explain the lore. So, this is a man called Ragnvaldr, and his whole town got genocided by the pretty man, and now he wants to kill the pretty man. We're playing as Darce, and Darce is in love with the pretty man. So we simp hard. So we're gonna kill a man. We're gonna kill a man trying to kill Hitler. Would you kill a man trying to kill Hitler if Hitler was hot? Think about it. I've never actually fought Ragnvaldr. Now that I think about it. I know what he plans to do. I don't know if I can stop him from doing it. He aims carefully. Wah wah. Oh, he's still alive. He's sturdy. Thank you. Wow, this game is lower so much like Five Nights at Fnaf's lore. Don't say that. You disgust me. Was Legard's HP always this low? Or did he get that from the fight? Oh man. He had gear on him. He had gear I forgot to take off. What a bummer. If you enter Mahavre the way the game intends to, without like going into the past first, then Ragnvaldr and Legard can't be in the same party because Ragnvaldr tries to kill Legard. If you do enter the past though, this cutscene doesn't happen because it's not programmed to happen in the past. Which seems more like an oversight than anything, but you know. Fear and Hurt can't compare with the bite of 86. Was there another? Were there two bites? Was that the bite of 87? Were there 2 bytes or am I going crazy? Was it always the byte of 86? Not that I know for FNAF lore or anything. There were actually, were there? Explain it to me. Explain the FNAF lore to me. Ancient statue seems to follow you with its gaze. That's actually very interesting. Because we know that Grogroth's eyes are still present in the past. It could be possible that Grogroth can see us through his statue. I'm gonna look about it 1739. That's what happened to like Roanoke, or that one colony that went missing. That was the bite of 1739. Fire is burning furiously. It is easy to get lost in the ever-shaping form of the flame. Our plan here is to not starve. We don't have a cookbook. Hope I can finish this fucking animation soon. I'm tired of working on it. What are you working on right now? Have we seen it yet? Pocket cat biting children. I streamed it? Oh, I didn't get to catch it then. Oh, the Dark Mage. What was that? Oh, we already have Black Orb anyway. We have this too. Let's take that. Never arrive on time for res streams. You and me both. It's just animation from a scene from Baking Bread. Walter. Put your dick away, Walter. We're just 2 knights. 2 knights against the world. You and me, Legard. Just you and me. Not that. Oh. Oops. I got excited. Got excited for Walter to put his dick away. Trump teaching the first baker how to bake bread. Wizard. I'll return for you later. Have we talked about the mannequins yet? See those things? Those are mechanical constructs. Created by Valtiel, the big floating head guy. Valtiel's whole thing was that he wanted to surpass the gods by learning how to create life. So the first thing he did... Well, the first thing he did was create... Did he create the Lord of Flies first? He created the Lord of Flies first. Media often fails to mention that Trump invented bread. He created the Lord of Flies, but then he created the mechanical constructs next, which are these, the mannequins. But they don't really serve a purpose. They're not actually strong enough to like do manual labor, or like smart enough to do anything else. So seeing as he made female-shaped robots, you know, that weren't really good for much, you know, he decided to give them a use. If you're finding my meaning, if you're reading in between the lines here. Started following funny Twitter account about Trump doing anything done by AI art. What's it called? I can just hold on. What I'm trying to say is Valtiel was fucking robots. And the little kids we find, like in the library, the little gremlins with the knives, those are his kids. that he had with the robots. And it's also implied he fucks the kids. He used his brain PP. He might have used his brain PP. Who's to say? Who's to say? This is the guy. This is the guy who guards the door to Francois. You can see their faces are the same. They have the same like open like slack jaw look to them. Human, I'm to grow up to become a warrior. I want to become the same as the big brother. I'll watch over the city as its guardian one day. I'll stand idle guarding the gates of eternity. Thank you, outsider. I was reading a really cool weird romance manga. Romance manga, but translation is in pause. What is it called? It only has 5 chapters. What's it called? Don't leave me hanging here. I'm sure you'd like it. Don't leave. You're keeping me in suspense here. I'm in suspense right now. What is it? You know I love me a good romance manga. That's the tiny statue, dude. It is. That's him right there. Wayne only reads yaoi. Yeah? What about it? He does. Name is Henshu no Ishu. Let me copy paste that, hold on. Musume no Tomodachi. I don't think I have same author. Hold on. Very hard to copy paste that. Let's see this. Who's the author? Musume no Tomodachi. I have not read either of those, but I can. That's the beauty of time. You can do anything with it. And I choose to read romance manga with my time. Today was a good day. The first time in weeks that I finished my homework early. Finished it all yesterday. So I got to relax today. What are you doing? You can't do that. All I did today was sleep, and whenever I woke up, I would eat, and then I would go back to sleep. Teases him. What a manga editor dude that gets assigned to the most weird preferred mangaka girl. Tease him heavily, but he feels like it's part of his job. That's kind of cute. That's a little cute. It's a cute little concept. You retreat for now. Do we retreat for now? We don't retreat for now, because we're gonna starve if we do. We unretreat. Oh, hold on, let me turn on the harvest deaths. Boom. I'm gonna go get all the books from the library, and hopefully we're gonna get a recipe book, and I don't have to spend $80 on it one. Hopefully. Okay, so like I was saying. Oh, never mind, he's not over there. Oh, there he is. Those yellow little baby things are Valtiel's kids. He had them with the robots. He's weird like that. Oh, passages. We can get Lucen if we want to. And we do want to. Musume Tomodachi was about a dude that dates a high school girl once without knowing she was a high school girl, and then she falls in love with the dude. Dude's a family man, so he's fucked. You did it to yourself. How dare you be unloyal? Okay, hands in the air. You just don't care. Tree. And then it's like shimmy, shimmy, K. Still got it. Is Voltaire actually a pedophile, or does Nasr just say that to insult him? See, I only got the line once. Because I only ever heard people talking about how he was a pedophile. I forgot how you get the line. I'm gonna go get Nazra. So we can hopefully get the line. Because I've only ever seen the line myself once. And the way Nazra said it, he sounded kind of serious about it, you know? He sounded kind of serious about it. He'll fuck anything that looks like a woman because brain pee-pee. Not the manga, that's another one. I'm inclined to believe Valtiel might be a bit of a pedophile. Because it's not like Nazar just goes around calling people pedophiles. You know what I mean? Like, sure, he's unhinged, but he doesn't just go around calling people pedophiles. He got 2 Alchemilia 2s. So I'm inclined to believe him a little bit. This is the description of Musume no Tomodachi. Ooh la la. You got an empty scroll. Kosuke has lived to play the ideal self as a father at home and as a manager at work. However, his life changes 180 degrees when he meets his daughter's friend. In front of her, Kosuke was able to be his real self, and his worn-out heart was healed. However, he knows that these are feelings that should never be held. The story of a middle-aged man meets a girl, presented to the modern people who suppress themselves in society, begins. Female authors make the craziest, most sordid stories. This isn't that cute, wholesome ending. No spoilers. We got almost nothing good. 2 Alchemilia 2s and empty scroll passages. Not a bad haul, I guess, but you know, it could have been a lot better. No, I guess that's pretty good, because I didn't even use coins. That's pretty good, I shouldn't complain. Well, just can just write anything. No spoilers, only good ending. Okay, now I have to go. Why am I getting so hungry so quick? Be weird. It could also be vanilla. I get to spend all my hard-earned coins on a cookbook. Unlike Termina, the cookbook is actually really useful in one. If you don't have the cookbook, you will surely perish eventually. In Termina, that is not really the case. There's an abundance of food in Termina. I've had like 30 meat pies in my inventory in Termina before. I just eat like a ton of cheese. Okay, now we go back for Nazra. Who should our last party member be after Nazra? Ugh. You're hungry, not really. You're not really hungry too, Birmingham. There's just so much food in 2. There's so much food in 2 that like getting the cookbook off of a bookshelf drop feels like a wasted bookshelf drop. So you don't really need this. An absolutely useless book. I'm telling you. I've ended off so many runs in Terminal with like 30 plus meat pies. The Eclipse Talisman, right? Yes. He's doing a Nazra romance run. I'll show you a Nazra romance run in a second. Dungeon Knights run when? We can do a Dungeon Knights run the end of the month, actually. When's the end of the month? 30th? What do I have planned for the 30th? It's darker and darker, but we can probably squeeze in Dungeon Knights. Last time we did Dungeon Knights was like for a Valentine's Day special. I'm hoping he releases Fear and Hunger 2 Dungeon Knights before next, like, for the next Valentine's Day. We can keep that going. A Roman Pocket Cat. Where am I at? Okay. The sword's quality seems very high. There are light carvings all around its blade, and they all seem to start from the handle. The sword itself is stuck in the wall, and you're not sure if it's completely safe to remove it from there. Don't say little girl, I'm not romancing the little girl. You open the passages of Mahavre. The pages start telling you stories of past ages. Feels like you fell asleep almost. As you open your eyes, a new world is upon you. You see forms taking shape in the sunlight. You recognize the forms as the new gods, the beings trying to replace the old world order. Francois, the dominating one, looks at you with an intense look in his squinty eyes. He seems humored by your presence in this ancient landscape, a mortal to take a step in the realm of gods. You can almost feel a sense of nostalgia from his twisted smile. The rest of the new gods seem less interested in you. The tormented one notices you. He radiates deep past traumas and torment, and you feel disgusted by just his mere presence. What he wants from you remains a mystery. You feel cold sweat run down your back under his intense stare. Let us meet again. Little girl needs loving family and medieval education. Indeed she does. And some therapy. Oh god, already? I'm on my... We're getting there, we're getting there. We gotta do a little bit of setup first. Messages Mojave turned to dust as you return to this world. No need for therapy when opium. You're right. Just keep her constantly high. Can I blow this up? Nope. Let me go ahead and give him opium before he starts throwing a fit. Okay, and this right here. Skeleton here in the tight embrace of the tree roots. Looks like the skeleton has been here for centuries. By the looks of its clothing, you'd guess that this person came from somewhere far east. This is actually the assassin specter, the ghost that chases us after we take the sword. That's his body. This is what's left of him. The poor soul. Give lore. When we pick up the Eastern sword, we get chased by a ghost, and this is the guy's body. He came to the dungeons to purge it of evil, the same way Ragnvalder does, but he fails. So he's just left as a vengeful spirit, looking for somebody worthy to defeat him, so that he can like gift them the sword. And then in Termina, Moonless has the sword, which kind of implies that Ragnvalder ended up having the sword. Give good lore. I'm trying. Trade Nazra. Is there a safe way of getting the Mind Sword without teleporting to Mahavre? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because you can ask a ghoul to get it for you, but I think they just die in the cave-in. And you don't get the sword. See, originally you couldn't get the sword at all, right? But then, like, people, like, started talking about how, like, you can, about how you should be able to, like, get the sword by teleporting to Mahavre and, like, avoiding the landslide. Or the cave-in. And the Miro was like, yeah, you're right. So he added that whole area after the cave-in and all that. So that whole area in the event where you actually get Bluesin was added because of fan suggestions. The sword's under the truck. Was this intended? Yeah. Because originally you couldn't get the sword at all. Alright. Do I see? You possess an eclipse talisman. It means you've slain one of my miserable pupils. Don't let it fool you into thinking that you're anything worthwhile in my eyes because of such a feat. I'm the great wizard of the Eastern Sanctuaries, Nazrath, the bringer of chaos. I use my pupils like the queen ant uses her workers, just to expand my reign. I admire your foolish bravery. Tell me, why are you here in this darkness? Maybe there's something greater waiting in the depths. Is that so? There's that little cube of yours. I wasn't expecting a worm like yourself to be carrying an item of that big importance. I'd give you the honor of kneeling before me if you were interested. Too bad I have no body anymore. I'd make you perform other tasks as well. What is the thing that he summons? So I think it's either some sort of demon, because there's a separate category of creatures in the Fear and Hunger universe known as demons. We don't know a whole lot about them. We only see like pictures of them in books. And we see the demon kids, but those are like blue demons. Not necessarily a different category, but like, you know, a different specification of demons. It's either a demon or like a small part of the traces of Grogaroth. I go by many titles, but you can call me Nazra, the doom and terror of the modern man. I hate the idea that I'd have a brainless maggot like you following me as a pupil, but I might just need you this once. You see, I need to destroy the reign of the new gods. I want to rip off their spines and watch them slump down, limp and feeble. I want to watch them bleed while they're being squashed by the very same arrogance that helped them rise to power. My strength isn't quite the same as it once was. Make no mistake that I could crush you like a worm you are. To get the job done, I need my body back. There should be a way to do just this in the ancient city that's below these ruins. I want you to aid me there. I believe we can ask about it. Yeah, we haven't used our questions yet, so we can ask about it for the new gods. Once we get back down to Mahavre. You can go ask them what it was. You can get the official new god answer. Yippee! A new friend. You got reviewed, fact and checked. Exactly. They're our best source of information. Ouch. Hi, Ragnarvalder. Bye, Ragnarvalder. Let me get the war scythe. Okay. Well, aren't you an ugly bastard? I love Last Stand. Last Stand is a good and balanced mechanic. It's not supposed to be, but I'm still gonna be salty about it. There's a hidden laboratory located in the back alleys of this city, just south from here. There I can finally retain my body and my strength. How do you know about this place? Simple. I used to be one of the new gods. I despise the worms I shared the throne with and decided to head elsewhere. Did a Resident Evil protagonist clear the dungeon? Let's see. Probably not Resident Evil. Anybody from Resident Evil 4 and over probably has a good chance. Head elsewhere. Haha. Ethan Winters could do it? Yeah. He can literally reattach his limbs. He just pops them back in. I'm a selfish bastard. I don't want to share power or strength with maggots. You gods are nothing but puppets anyway. Their existence serves greater purpose, even if they think they're omnipotent themselves. But, yeah. I think anybody 4 and after has a good chance. Just because anybody from like 3 or below is like just regular cops. Wesker solos the dungeon? Probably has a good chance, yeah. Oh, what if we just guard? You do this. Does that work? Hee. You can move fast enough to dodge bullets nearly point blank. You're right, you're right. I just don't know if you can dodge magic. What's the lore behind these enemies? So, when Valtiel's whole deal as a new god was that he wanted to surpass the old gods by learning how to create life like they did. So the first thing he did was try and create like an intelligent form of life, and that came out to be the Lord of Flies. He mostly used them as manual labor dummies to like bring him test subjects, which is why they try to capture you and other people. But ultimately they hold no like greater intellect. That's the closest he got to creating humans. He could go no further than that. Kind of hurting a little bit right now. Need silver coins. Wayne's also a Lord of Flies. He's considered one of the failed ones. Give me 1 second. Oh. How you doing, Neil? Lord of Flies cosplay jacket. I'm gonna come in on my Lord of Flies full cosplay next time. Shit about Nazra is he can't equip any accessories. Fine and light one-handed sword with faint blue carvings. On the hilt there's some writing. For the sinners. Talk. A little bit of chatter. When it says for the sinners, does it mean for the players? Okay, so the blue sin is actually one of 2 swords. They're actually they're a pair of swords. It's the blue sin and the red virtue. So like assumedly the red virtue would also have a similar writing on its hilt that would say for the virtuous or whatever. When it says for the sinners, it just means like for like sinners, like just in general. So the blue sin and the red virtue are 2 swords made for the true king of Mahabre. They used to be wielded by the true king of Mahabre, whoever that used to be. Some people think it's Almer, I don't think so. But to kill sinners or to be used by sinners. Yeah, to kill sinners. So the blue sin would be used to kill sinners, and the red virtue would be used to kill like the virtuous people. Whoever challenged the king of Mahabre, essentially. He had 1 sword for each type of person, you know? He had 1 sword for the bad people and 1 sword for the good people. But we don't know about the Red Virtue until the second game. The Blue Sin's only in the first game, Red Virtue's only in the second game. But they are both the swords of the King of Mahavre. The true King of Mahavre. Did he have a sword for people who committed tax fraud too? No, he just beat them with his big meaty fists. He really wanted those people to suffer. Third game we get both. Here's hoping. I want to fight the true King of Mahavre. I want to see who he is. The good people had to be exterminated. Hi. Hey, how are you? Unfortunately, we cannot get Cursed Blue Sin right now because I'm too lazy to walk back. The True King, Sulfur? Probably not. I think it's just a completely separate character. Like I said, some people think it's Almer. We do know there's one character, one of the figurines, one of the like statue people, is waiting for the king to return. We can talk to him in a second and see what he has to say. So we can see some exact quotes. Valtiel the Enlightened One is looming there in the darkness. He's a miserable worm. Let's destroy him. Hear that, Valtiel? You're a miserable worm. They guard the Ancestor? You know the theory that when Almer ascended, the evil part actually became all powerful and the good side became the Sulfur God and got tortured for eternity? No, yeah, I do. That's a pretty common theory. That's actually mostly the generally accepted fact. Just because of like the evidence we have. Marina. It's 99% sure that's the case. We do have an empty scroll. Marina Hova. Actually, you take this. I'm gonna be talking to him. You're gonna be dealing the damage. Anything else we can do? Hold on, my dog wants to leave. Let's see. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm forgetting something. It's probably not important. Watch your ears. Valtiel, your time with the Grand Libraries in Mahavre has come to an end. Take back what rightfully belongs to me. Letting your mush of a brain is easy as sacrificing a newly born to your false idols. What did become brain? So all the new gods actually have like alternate forms. This is just you can just kind of see this as like his true form. All the new gods kind of have a true form that they turn into during their fights, or at least the 3 that we do fight. He just plays trivia with you. Well, you know he's a scholar, not a fighter. But we see the tormented one go from like his human form to like the wheels of torment. Valtiel turns into the big brain, and Francois turns like full gold. So they all kind of have like an alternate form to them. He doesn't need glitter to know he's gold. I like he just has like a big bone in his head. That's like his nostril laughs after fight. The head of the Valtiel, the Enlightened One, falls down to the darkness where it once rose. The millennia of wisdom and knowledge that's too much for a normal person to bear passes through your head. You only get glimpses of what is waiting for you on the other side, but this information stream is too much for your mind to handle. Your head hurts a little. But that doesn't matter, as you can clearly feel how something greater has just started to change. The cogs of fear and hunger have just begun to rotate on a larger scale. What's your take, Nazra? What a dickhead. Scuffed gameplay, my favorite. No, this is good gameplay. We're doing so good right now. Ah, my hand got caught in my cables. Let me open up some beef and broccoli. Ooh. Enjoying some BBQ chicken with scuffed gameplay. Whatever makes you happy. I don't know what you even are. Oh, we do get to see him here. Perfect. Howdy. It's all pointless. Mankind got no hope. There's no way to break these chains. Worst part is, I don't even know if the gods exist. Nazar spits at Valtiel. You child-molesting bastard. Serves you right hanging there. I think I'll make a roof ornament out of you. My palace needs some fresh decoration after all. See, I just feel like if Nazra, who like burns people alive till like get his rocks off, like calls you a child-molesting bastard, you know? If Nazra looks down on you and spits at you, I feel like, you know, he must have done something. Keep Valtiel hanging in my living room, really brighten up the place. What kind of food Wayne enjoys. That's disgusting. I don't know, I don't like salty, sweet foods. I feel like wrapping the Oreos in bacon is kind of like a salty, sweet kind of thing, and I feel like some people are really into that. Not me. It just looks gross to like start with. It just looks yucky. Right. An intimidating figurine is standing tall here. Human. I'm what they call the Guardian. I was created to defend the city with my life. And to look after the city until the king returns to this land. Yes, the king will return one day. He's the one who created the city. See, so that right there is why I don't think Almer is the king. Because Mahabre's been around for long before Almer has been. Because Almer walked into the city to become Almer. So he couldn't have built the city if the city wasn't here for him to walk into it to become Almer. Where'd he go? Not my concern. I was just created to guard the city. How long has he been gone? I do not know. He was talked among the elder figures some eons ago. Protect the passage of the king that lies behind the gates of eternity. I like that. So he guards the door to Francois's temple. At least in the past, before Francois was a thing. Or no, I guess Francois is still a thing right now. So if in the past he guards the doors over by like the main area that the nameless figurine guards in the present. Poor guardian figure, you're just shit talking it. Yeah. Yeah. He's kind of a dummy. Let's go do the puzzle. Go do the Mojave puzzle. I'll give him a chance to get his get back in a second. Let's see if he can put my words where my mouth is. Where's my mouth are? Funny where my mouth is. I don't think that's the right thing. That's fine. Poor guard. Someone needs to mod the marriage spot in front of him so he can get some entertainment. If that's what he's into, I guess. If that's what he's into. I'm not gonna judge him too hard. I'm gonna look at him a little funny. Does Nazra have anything to say about Ulmer's corpse? Nope, nobody cares about Ulmer's corpse. There's just a whole old god here, and nobody cares. Little thievery. We can use that on the Iron Shakespeare. Might as well use these coins. I'm not gonna use them for anything else anyway. I've already got all these scrolls. Bye, Elmer. and then come back. What are we talking about though? Oh, with the sulfur god. I think I wouldn't even say the sulfur god being like, not the sulfur god. I wouldn't even say Almer being evil is like a theory. I feel like that's just directly implied by like everything in game. Everything in game implies that. I feel like that's not really like, you know, something super surprising. I feel like that's directly implied in game. Like that's the conclusion you're supposed to come to. The thing is, I don't feel like a lot of people understand why it is that Almer kind of split up in that sort of way. So. If the head was to have anal sex, this and then I leave. Where would the pee-pee go? If he's the receiver? Neck hole. Neck hole. Or mouth hole. Depends on how weird you want to get. Smart, thank you. Broken clock is right twice a day after all. When he's able to lick the tip. Now we go this way. Wait, that's pretty. That's pretty. Ancient key with decorations all around it. The key is set to open the old passageway into downtown. Downtown we go. Oh, just burn your pee-pee off? Yeah. Unfortunately. It's Mr. Cuddles. We don't talk about Mr. Cuddles. We'll make eye contact. Should hug him? I'm not gonna do that. I've hugged him thrice now. Thrice. Empty scroll in a box. Wowza. I just got Jean killed, but that's okay, because we weren't gonna save them anyway. Hi, Jean. How many soul stones do we have? 2. What time is it? 9:05? Right, give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Cylinders, you're in charge of chat. I'll be right back. 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I see you're still up to your old antics, Cylindrius. We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. Nazra made me do it. Don't blame Nazra. Him in his neck hole. Okay, and here's actually where we get to see the. Here's where we get to see a demon, a fully grown demon. Although he's a little strange. We can make demon kids, but they never grow into full adulthood. We don't get a whole lot of lore about them regardless. The most lore we get from them is here. And the only lore we really get from them is that they call them depraved. A depraved blue demon has partly eroded into dust in the passing of times. The remains are ancient and there's no life lingering in this beast. Depraved. Defined as morally corrupt or wicked. That was snorted. We can have nausea snorted. They're depraved because they like Adventure Time unironically. What's wrong with Adventure Time? What's wrong with Adventure Time? Human power was ingested through nasal administration. He snorted it. What's wrong with Adventure Time? Ugh. Wayne is depraved. What's wrong with Adventure Time? I I like Adventure Time. Okay, let's do what we do. An intimidating figurine is looking at the horizon, not to the darkness. The king. He has not come. I don't think he's coming. The old guardian challenges you to a duel. I really like his design. I didn't do much of anything, did it? Hmm. Oh, both arms can throw boulders. Oh, that puts a damper on our day. A real setback right there. How do you miss him? He's 10 feet tall. He's sturdier than I remember him being. Guarding suplexes a boulder because he can. Really wish he'd chill out with all that though. You need Chris Redfield in this fight. I know. I came unprepared. Oh no, not whiskey for you. What a waste of whiskey. Sacrifices we make for lore. What is your origin? I was molded by the gods to serve them. Been waiting for the return patiently. Been waiting for the return of the king. This might be a selfish ask, but I want to be challenged. I've been waiting for the return of the king for so long. What if I'm not worth his audience? Need the confirmation. Please, fight me to the death. I mean no harm, human, but we must go through this right. Yes, that is what I was created for. The soulstone doesn't seem to react to his remains. Legard has no soul. Even the statue has a soul. Legard doesn't have a soul. Among the remains, you take a piece of the old guardian's red scarf as a symbol that you really did defeat him. Bye, Legard. Okay, so we're gonna have to reload from an old save. Because we need Legard for the ending. Last save was a long time ago, though. That's kind of a bummer. We're just gonna go talk to the old guardian to get all his dialogue. And then we're gonna have to restart. I just want his dialogue, man. Bit off more than we could chew. What a shame. Oh. Doesn't Grogroth have eyes? What do you mean? He has too many eyes. That scarf. I had a feeling something happened. I acknowledge your strength. Our duel must have been incredible. You deserve my admiration. I'm looking forward to experiencing our incredible duel. What do you mean he doesn't have eyes? He is usually depicted blindfolded. What do you mean he doesn't have eyes? Totally worth losing a leg guard. Didn't you say something about the statue having eyes and Grogroth not? Oh, okay, so look. When you come into this area, you get some flavor text that says that it feels that the statue is like looking at you. And I said that makes sense. Because Grogroth has a lot of eyes everywhere. Grogroth's a very curious god. So sometimes he just kind of like puts his eyes places. To like just kind of like look around, you know? And that's mostly depicted in the library. Let me show you. Grogroth has a lot to do with eye imagery. Because he's a curious god. He likes to learn. So all around the library, the greatest place of learning, we see where is it? Hey man, how's it going, homie? It's going good, dude. How you doing? Do his eyes disappear after you kill Valtiel? His eyes might disappear after you kill Valtiel. Really? I didn't notice that. Hold on. Doing well, playing Dark and Darker. How's it going so far? How's it treating you? Okay, I can't show you because we killed Valtiel, and I guess that makes the eyes disappear, which makes sense. Valtiel is kind of summoning Grogroth in a sense. He's harnessing his power. Dungeons and Dragons. Oh! I see. Similar acronyms. But if you remember, there's eyes all around the library. Those are Grogroth's eyes. Any last words, Nazra? Or our existence is destroyed? Tried playing Dungeons and Dragons. It didn't work well. Multitasking is hard. Playing a Tiefling Rogue, very original character. I want to play a Kobold. Josh goes bye bye. I'm a Fellis Paladin. I don't know the meaning of the word. Fellis. It's a little cat. Did you die? I killed myself. Oh no. Where's the night dude in the background of the menu? You need a support group? No. This guy? So this is Nizramis. He's the fifth of the fellowship. And after he left the fellowship and refused to become a new god, and he just holed himself up in the dungeons. And while he was down there in the dungeons in the mines, one day this knight came through and he was heavily injured. And Nizramis saved his life, so the knight pledged himself to protecting Nizramis for the rest of his existence. No, that's not Enki, although they do look similar. It's actually Avril Lavigne. That's Avril Lavigne. Whatever that means. We got Nizramis. We got the old knight. We got the girl. Start in the beginning. Who is he? Who, Nizramis? Nizramis was one of the... So the Fellowship... Okay, so the Fellowship was a group of 5 people who made the trek to Mahabre to try and, one of... Yeah, there were 5. It was Nizramis, Francois, Shambara, Valtiel, and Nilvan. Dark and Darker wipes Tuesday, so we need to wipe all our gear? Yes. Or use all our gear? Yes. Do you know what time? If it's after stream, I think, yeah, because, yeah, I think I'm going to do a wipe stream tomorrow. So I'm going to be grinding tomorrow for gear. But yeah, so the 4 new gods that we fight throughout the game were members of the Fellowship. Francois, Valtiel, Shambara, and Nilvan were the other 4 members along with Nizramis. But Nizramis was given a vision by the old gods that showed him the truth about the, you fight the Pregger lady? No, she doesn't fight us. What about Frodo? What about Frodo? He's not here in this timeline. Not in this timeline. That's why everything's messed up, because Frodo's not here. Thought she chucked her spirit at you when you took her child. Yes. She says if you promise to take her child to the altar of darkness, she'll give you her soul without having to fight her. And if you say no, she just leaves. He's not a fighter. He's a planner. She's the brains to everybody else's brawn. He was given a vision that revealed to him the greater scheme of things. So he realized that the new gods were just puppets. So he didn't want to do that. So he left the Fellowship before they became new gods. First he tried to convince them not to do it, but then he couldn't do that, so he left. How do you get the endless soul if you refuse? You have to kill Kahara. you have to kill Kahara. Otherwise you just can't get those endings, because you can't get the endless soul. Or you can empty scroll for it. So you either empty scroll or you kill Kahara. And like use the soul stone on him. Lame. We don't use empty scrolls here. Whoa. But he left and decided to like study and try to find a way to reach true enlightenment. Yeah, we fucking did a little bit. We used them a little bit. I'm gonna try not to use them during challenge runs anymore. As you complete the rag S clear, I'm gonna try not to anymore though. I stopped using infinite coin glitch for my challenge runs. The next step is not using empty scrolls. When you did the non-stop for complete S run, to be fair, that was a 10-hour stream, alright? Cut me some slack. That was 10 hours. I will not. Okay, that's fair. Or to do Enki first? I did do Enki first. I do Enki first now. I do Enki. Then I do Kahara Dars. Then I do Ragnarvalder. I put the worst 2 at the start and the end. Give myself a break in the middle. But after leaving the Fellowship, Nizramis kind of like hid away in the Dungeons of Fear and Hunger. Because of like their importance and the way he could research there. You like to do Rag first, second, since it's so volatile and he just takes forever? That's true. I like to do Rag last because his is the funnest, I think. And while he was kind of like hiding away in the dungeons, this night guy came by. And he got injured. And so Nizramis saved his life. So he pledged himself to Nizramis to always protect him. Even after death. That's why when we find him, he's like all decrepit. I was gonna say crinkly. That's not a word. That's why he's there. I don't know why they're in the title screen. But you know, that's who that is. This is the cave mother. That's the cave gnomes. Here's Legard. I don't know why he's cutting himself. He's a weirdo. Cave mommy? Cave mommy. What's up? And these plants are actually the plants we see at the very bottom of the dungeons when we give birth to the god of fear and hunger. We see these these orange flowers, these orange brown flowers. Sent you the photo of my fellows paladin. The thing that births, not sexy mommy. Oh, he's cute. He looks so jolly. But yeah, that's everybody who's on the title screen. Let me return to my suffering. Ancient book. Her name is Oki D. Okay, Dai Oki. Okay, Dai okay. We're just gonna keep re-rolling until we get it. Man, I have to start all the way over from here. He had blood golem. That's not too bad, actually. Okay, this time we're not gonna let Ragnvaldr die. He's more valuable to us alive than dead. We're gonna do a little bit of cheese. Okay, and I think this should keep Leigard and Ragnvaldr from fighting. They shouldn't fight now. We'll go ahead and do the puzzle and everything right now, too. And we'll come back for that later. We'll actually go in there right now. No reason for us to come back to it later. Never mind, we'll come back to it later because we don't have a thing. We don't have a talisman. The ancient vista distorts in the cold sunlight. It's very interesting that anytime we hear like people talking about the sun, they refer to the sun as cold. I believe they do so in like the real world as well, like in Rondon. People refer to the sun as cold. I have a theory as to why that is. That's a discussion for later though. Okay, now we have a talisman. In theory, it's a conversation for now then, I guess. So, hold on. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Libraries. we're gonna do a whole lap around to loot. So, I have a theory that in order for an ascended god to be born, an old god has to die, and then the new god will take their place as an ascended god. We see this confirmed once, implied once, and then so we can extrapolate that it probably happened 3 times for the 3 ascended gods we have. Because we do know that the god of fear and hunger was born from the corpse of the god of the depths. And we know that Venushka died, and then logic was born. And technology and nature are kind of opposites. As well as when you see logic in the cutscene after her fight, she has like a necklace where she has like a cube. That the cube has Venushka's circle, but it's like crossed out. You know, they're tied in some way. And I think they're tied in that Venushka had to die so logic could be born. Because they do kind of symbolize like opposites. Venushka symbolizes the balance between destruction and creation between Sylvian and Grogoroth, while logic kind of symbolizes the what do I say? The domination of that cycle. Humans no longer live within that cycle because of technology and science. Feeding the PP brain with facts and logic. Do you think anything will happen with the Venushka troll thing in Termina? What with what's his name? What's his face? What was his face? On the tip of my tongue. Iki Turso? Are you talking about Iki Turso, the deer thing? Venushka's a hippie god. If we're talking about Iki Turso, then Miro has said that he originally intended for the Iki Turso to like rise out of the ground and wander the city during day 3. Either day 3 or like night 3. So he does have plans for the Iki Turso. Whether he implements those, we don't quite know yet. If he's actually going to go through with it. That does sound cool though. He intended to have it roam around the city on the 3rd day. Very quick, man. Would you like to see the Z pose that you requested? The Z pose? Okay. Z pose. Sure. Did I request something? What are we talking about? Right, so assuming that you have to kill an old god to create an ascended god. We know God of the Depths died for fear and hunger. Venushka died for logic. So who died for Almer? I think it was the Forgotten Sun God who died for Almer. Because we get very we don't get a whole lot of lore about the Forgotten Sun God itself. We do get people talking about the sun every now and again. We do get some key things said about the sun itself. Like people... Hey look, an eye. Yeah, there you go. The eyes are back. Those are the eyes of Grogoroth. They follow us around when we walk. Hold on. I got the one in my throat. You want to see it or no? Specifically the one you requested? Sure. Sorry, I'm just on edge. When somebody says I requested something. Well, you know what happens whenever somebody says I requested something. It's very often not something I actually requested. Okay, so I just don't get anything from the libraries today. Or you got an empty scroll. Empty scrolls are lame though. I forgot to use my coin. Or give you the choice. Oh, you did give me the choice. Very easy to tell if Wayne didn't request something. He would never request hetero art. Here we go. Why? Why? The game hates me. The game hates me. The game hates me. This is so sad. Okay, so we got nothing out of the library. That's fine, I guess. At this point, we might as well go back and get all the empty scrolls on the racks and Nazra. Yeah, 5 war sides. 5 war sides and 0 books. I have the money to buy the cookbook? Not yet. What are we talking about? The game is mocking me right now. The game is mocking me. You got 3 empty scrolls. The game is mocking me. Making fun of me. Says, yeah, big baby needs empty scrolls to play the game. I'm not a big baby. I don't need empty scrolls. Thank you. Hold on, let me see this. What did you send it on? To my private? What do you mean my private? I don't know if I'm stupid or if I'm just not seeing anything. Sorry, failed. Oh, no, you're good. There it goes. Give me 1 second. You good? No, I'm good. Ooh. Good thing you did send it to private. That's looking good, dude. That is looking good. Nice job, homie. Sorry, homie. Thought you sounded annoyed. No, no, no. I'm just a little sleepy. I've been sleeping all day, but I'm somehow still sleepy. What are they doing? Nazra. And sleep? No, no, no. I have to hit the quota. What is he talking about? Ascended gods. Every ascended god needs an old god to die for it to be born. Assumedly. We don't know for sure. It's not confirmed. But we can extrapolate this. I'm trying to get Dragon Lagar to fight. No. Not this time. We already did that. I think Ragnarval is more useful to me alive. Also, we already saw the scene, so there's no reason for me to do it again. So, you know. Gonna keep him alive this time around. I get to have my cake and eat it too. I got to see the scene, and I get to keep Ragnarvalder alive. We're gonna have to fight the Tormented. May I ask what the plan is? We're getting ending B. C. We're gonna get Lagar to the throne. Oh no, I almost did an oopsie. Okay. Perfect. What can we do here? Also, why didn't you tell me Massive Mode has rusty nails? Found out the hard way. Yeah, dude. It's funnier that way. It's funnier that way. The return of the rusty nail. Only in the hardest difficulty now. It's funnier that way when you find it out yourself. You think you're safe, no more rusty nails in Termina? Then you play Massive Mode. We try and stay focused. Where are we? This way. Not this way. I don't want to risk. I don't think the cutscene plays now that we've already gone inside Mahabre. Just in case. I'm not gonna risk it. These two fools fight each other. Oh, why are you here? Why do you hate me? What do you mean? With the nail? No, 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 no. I believe the greatest form of growth is through suffering. You must struggle to grow. And the rusty nail is the embodiment of struggle. We're gonna go kill the nerd. Truth of life. In that case, where's our rusty nail emote then? Too cruel but fair. We're on the road, we're on the road. Don't have enough money. We're gonna starve at this rate. Suffering Sunday, I see it is Suffering Sunday. I'm trying to stay focused and talk about this thing. In a sec. The libraries just give me nothing. The libraries hate me. Versus being a little crybaby. Ooh, I'm going insane. The world of knowledge escapes you. Yes. Okay. We talk. You guys take care of that. It's not. Uh-oh. We live. We live! Barely. Oh, he's on fire. Okay, we can just let the big head live. We're gonna go all in hitting the head. Maybe we'll finally get to see what the dick head does. I know what it does. Do you know what it does? We don't get to see what it does. Maybe my ass glitch with that. No, no, no. Believe in Rag. Believe in Rag. You wouldn't go down to some nerd. Ugh. What is it saying? Old gods, the forgotten sun god. We don't hear a lot about the sun god himself, like directly. Like nobody says the forgotten sun god did this, he represents this, and he was the god of this and that. He's forgotten, so people don't actually know about him a lot in the modern world. Even during the time of Fear and Hunger 1, people don't really talk about the sun god. But we do hear people talk about the sun. And when we hear people talk about the sun, they talk about how it, like, unified people. And people all, like, danced in joy under the, like, light of the sun. And Almar himself was a figure of, like, unity. Like, he wanted to unify people, regardless of their, like, religion or race or what they believed in. So you see where the connection is coming in here. When people talk about the sun, it's about unity. When people talk about Almar, he was a unifier as well. And you know, ascended gods kind of take after the old god they kill. So I think it's safe to assume that the sun god was also a god of unity. Which kind of like I said, it ties him to Almar, which kind of feeds into the theory that ascended gods have to kill an old god. And as we see the two ascended gods we do know of kind of take after the symbolism of what their older gods represented, we can tie the sun god to Almar in a way. The light of sulfur. Let's see here. Where do I go from here? What was I doing after I killed the nerd? Thinking. I need money. But I don't think the sun god just kind of like left in the same way the other gods did. Because there's a lot of older gods that we don't know about. The first one that comes to mind is there's an older god whose sigil is kind of like just a star, just a 5-point star, kind of like a pentagram. We don't know their name or what they're about. There's some older gods that just kind of like got forgotten. They're not worshipped anymore. People don't talk about them. They're not researched or studied. But they're probably not dead. He just kind of probably left the same way the other older gods did. But just nobody really cares that they left because nobody was worshipping them anyway. What is it saying? I have money. I don't have money. I didn't talk about you last time. I'll talk about you later. Okay, though. So the fact that he died. Oh, and when an older god dies, it also kind of has like bigger repercussions within the wider world, as we can see. Like the death of Venushka brought about industrialization and the reliance on science and technology within humans, breaking away from the cycle of like the balance between destruction and creation. The death of the god of the depths kind of brought about hope when there was none. So the god of the depths is kind of a god that feeds off of like hopelessness and despair. And then when he dies, the god of fear and hunger brings like hope back into humanity, hope and progress. Little girl would never leave us. She will suffer with us. She'll suffer with us because that's all she knows how to do. That's all she's ever known. Untainted by hope or love. All she knows is to suffer. It's not my day. Every single double coin flip I've done has been double tails. It is just not our day. Hmm. So assuming that the sun god was a unifying god, then his death under Almer would like bring about the opposite, you know? The god of the depths was a god of despair and hopelessness. His death brought about hope and progress. Venushka was a god of like balance, and his death brought about unbalance. Disbalance? Unbalance? It unbalanced things. Everything was within the human's favor now. In a resource. From a resource-based perspective, anyway. We're exploiting nature. Why would you cheating on me, Wayne? Just him and boys hanging with corpses, headless, fighting monsters in dungeons so the rest of the world doesn't have to. Hey man, someone's gotta do it. Me and the boys at 2 a.m. Killing God. I have to think that us being kind to the little girl is not canon. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it's said that the little girl is able to ascend because she never knew, like, love or kindness or hope in her life. So in a way, it does kind of say that us meeting the girl and being nice to her was not canon. It's very, you know, it's a sad implication. What's they doing? Nazra. What up, Wayne? I'm late because I've been playing the infection-free zone demo. Ends after 8 in-game days, but if you delete the end demo, event trigger just keeps going. Oh. What's infection-free zone? Oh wait, were you talking about this earlier? Like, who was talking about this? Sounds like the part of our life you just described there. I love being a pirate. Yar har har. Voice crack. Yar har har. But yeah, the death of the sun god would bring about the opposite of his aspect, if we're following the pattern here. And if his aspect was unity, then it makes sense that his death would bring about disunity. Lots of turmoil and war and struggle. And that's exactly what happens after he dies and Almer ascends. Humanity enters this period of like struggle, which is still going on to the timeline of Fear and Hunger 1. That's why Legard comes and he's prophesized to like unify everybody. Because everybody's kind of very divided right now during this point in time. And along with that, I feel like a consequence of the sun god dying was also the sun losing its heat. Anytime we hear the sun described, at least in a modern like setting, we hear people refer to it as the cold sun. The sun's cold rays. I feel like that's indicative of the sun god not like being forgotten like the other gods, but actually just dying to like birth Almer. Aspect. Being a pirate almost would have been hell, not gonna lie. It was probably not a good time. And again, like a lot of things back in the day probably weren't a good time. Back in any sort of sea travel back in the day was probably not very good, you know? You gotta sail 3 months to like get to the US. And most people died of like starvation or disease. 3 months on a ship. What are we looking for here? I don't have gold yet. Only recently go kind of okay to be a woman. Yeah. I think compared to how Wayne crossed the border. Hey now. We really need this money. I would really like some dough. Some bread. I just need 9 more coins and then we don't starve. It's so great. Please give me 9 more coins so we don't starve. Generally believe a comic/manga adaptation of the first game would go hard. Why starve? You have completely edible limbs. Hmm. Who could do without? Being a woman in the past kind of sucked because life was free for all. No freedom. Generally a bad thing. Women are cool. Women are cool. God of ass pondering. Berserk 2. Okay, so I finally explained the whole theory about why I think the sun god, or why the sun god's important. It only took me like an hour, and it was split upon like seven 5-minute segments. Someone's getting robbed outside my house. None of my business though. Only no freedom, but a lot of time for their own good. Giving me Project Zomboid vibes. This is the first thing I thought of too when I saw that. People were wild back then. I mean the alarm. Oh wait, could you hear the alarm? Wait, did the mic catch that? This is the tank. Yep, ooh. It's interesting. With this I'll grow myself a new body and attain my lost strength. Ezra bites his lip and it starts to bleed. Then he lets some blood out to the water. UG3 devs took shots at you feed weirdos? Wait, what do you mean you feed weirdos? No. I'm not a foot weirdo. Blood mixes with water in the most bizarre ways. A red trail of blood swirls slowly to the middle of the tank. In the middle, the blood concentrates and slowly starts to grow mass. Bah. A human husk is full grown. Forget how miserable this technology was down here. Truly abysmal. His body cannot support my powers, not by a long shot. My brain's also right now. That doesn't sound like a good thing. There goes that plan. Or forget it. Okay. Just murder the new gods with brute strength instead. Okay. I'm Nazra, the destroyer after all, the horror from the east, the plague of the modern times. Looks like your role continues, maggot. Where do we go now? We're bringing an end to the reign of the new gods. We will destroy them all. I'll bathe in their blood. Get. Roman likes feet, but he's okay. Look at him go. Can't have this ugly husk around now, can I? That was a little unnecessary, I think. Better him than me, though. I'm not gonna say anything. Nothing wrong with a little feet fetish. I like lots of things. Hard fetish? Ugh. Just blessed with a wife with soft feet. It came naturally. We're not having a good time right now. We're starving. There's no food. Dirty mushrooms. How many looks does it take to get the inside of a Tootsie Pop? Why did you start that off with like a groan? Ugh. kind of sicko would sit across someone's ass waiting for a wet fart? You tell me. You tell me what kind of sicko would do that. Drink. Me. Oh no. Forgot to make my own husk. The luck has not been on our side this run. We don't got money. We don't got books. It's a bad time. We're gonna starve. Gonna change it to mighty feet. You ever had a house being all dirty and full of dust because no time to clean, all people not fucking cleaning after themselves? Yes. Yes. He's doing an evil Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Actually just a normal one at first, but he chose Gnome. I can't do evil runs in games. I feel bad being mean to the other characters. Good heavens. What happened? Scream. Attaboy. I'm gonna get stomach ulcer from this trash, not gonna lie. We're in Poggy mode right now. Oh, you're right, I do have to do that. Bye-bye, Husk. Nothing personal. Why doesn't the tormented one just walk straight towards me? Is he stupid? In that case, join me for a co-op good playthrough where we saved the world from gnomes with force. I'd be down for that. Tormented one just giving up. Man just nutted there. Gore fetish. Tormented wasn't built for all this cardio. They'll just meet us at the entrance for the actual boss fight. Legs crossed. Did sound like a nut sound effect. Not this shit again. He's just gonna camp the entrance now. We've forced his hand. Admittedly, we don't have very good stuff. Risk Undertale and Fear and Hunger. Risk does not clear the dungeons of Fear and Hunger, I'm afraid. Risk gets absolutely rocked. I'm sorry to say. Determination, though. See, the thing with that, though, is that humans are a lot stronger than monsters. And monsters in Fear and Hunger are not the same as monsters from like the underground. Yeah, we are. A lot of Frisk's power comes from her just being naturally stronger than monsters because she's a human. Frisk fucking fought a monster 400 times their size. Yeah, because humans are just stronger than monsters though. That's how they won the war. A terrible sensation fills you, as if something is about to happen that should remain unknown to human eyes. Quietly, the wheels of torment swing around their axis. You're a monster. Let's be honest, bro's at least dipping in 2% period blood. Maybe he likes it though. Ever think about that? Maybe he just likes it though. And I'm on fire. Average period. Get 'em, boys. The wheels of torment, along with the tormented one, sank into the pool of blood as quietly as they rose from it. You feel as if a millennia of torment just slipped before your eyes. You almost feel sorry for this tormented deity. But any feeling of pity is greatly overshadowed by your feeling of great accomplishment. Not just a personal accomplishment, but as if something greater has just started to change. The cogs of Fear and Hunger have just begun to rotate on a larger scale. Honest question, what's up? The alleyways are getting suspiciously quiet. Can Nazra get panophobia? You want to find out? I don't think so, but we can find out. Hey, buddy. Doing alright? The tormented one is laying down here, breathing heavily. Seems like the time has worn him down. His body's parched and withered. He doesn't appear to be able to do anything anymore. Desperately grasping for his last breaths. Serves you right, you insolent fool. Die a slow and painful death. The tormented one passes on his knowledge to you. The magic chains of torment is etched to your head. Nazra not afraid of anything. No. Summon the chains that tormented Chambara for hundreds of years. Is Nazra perfect, or does he have undesirable traits? What do you mean by perfect? Gameplay-wise or personality-wise? Has he done anything bad other than being a psycho? Well, he waged war against humanity, summoning demons. He burns people alive for fun. He's just generally a warmonger. I think sexual violence has been implied very heavily. Unless all that falls under being a psycho. In that case, he's a saint. Like Genghis Khan. Kind of, yeah. Genghis Khan was a wizard. Somebody's missing. Ooh. Where could he be? There he is. The man himself. Could have probably made it rain lava. Maybe he did. Oh no. The White Angel sighs upon seeing you. King is combo with demons. Just generally all around, not a very nice person. So the White Angel is a very interesting creature. Shambara himself is just very interesting. The two are tied together because Shambara kind of holds all these. I'm gonna stop calling him Shambara. I'm just gonna the Tormented One. The Tormented One kind of controls this whole like plaza area of the city. Not plaza, but this whole like general like screen of the city is controlled by the Tormented One. And you see all around he has these like chains on the walls. So probably just like to like torture his like disciples and all that. And hooked up to those chains he has the White Angel. We see when you go into the passages of Mahavre, the only two people that really pay attention to you are Francois and the Tormented One. And it's implied that the Tormented One wants something from us. Just from a dialogue. Our internal monologue says that you're not sure what he wants from you because he keeps staring at you. And you're trying to make friends. He's just ugly. Lore of this thing. So it's interesting that that thing's down there. Because the White Angel represents let me think of the exact words that were said. The White Angel represents the grudge that the player character develops during their time in the dungeon. The specific word used is grudge. The White Angel is a representation of the grudge that the player manifests during their time in the dungeon. And it's interesting that it's being held down here and being tortured by the Tormented One. And also, like I said, the Tormented One's the only one to like recognize us. Not the only one to recognize us, but the only person outside of like Francois to like actively like be interested in the player. That explains why White Angel's a helm splitter. Going for the headshot. He's very angry. He's very upset. But I think the reason that the Tormented One is very interested in the character, in the player character, when you come in through like the passages of Mahavre, is because he's gotten to know your grudge. He's holding the White Angel. To some extent, he kind of knows you already. But it's kind of weird. That's the word they use for it. Grudge. It's a very specific word. Not sure who the grudge is against. Maybe just in general. It's a bad situation. This was you last night. Your entire squad died and it's all that to you. Yeah. Dude, Neo, I rage quit. I rage quit earlier today. Because I had this whole epic duel against a barbarian. He had a cape. After I defeated him, I looted him. He had all blues. I had nothing but grays and a white longsword. He was using a blue bardiche. He had a cape. He had rings, amulets, everything that all gave him like physical damage, true damage, power. And we dueled. And I beat him. And I'm sitting there and I got all this awesome loot. And a default gear fighter comes and kills me. Hello, young lady. We're selling chocolate. Is your mother home? What's the name of your chocolate brand? Gotta go talk to Granny now. Because you took so long to loot things, you just grab them and check them out later. I had them all equipped. I was healing. I had them all equipped and I was healing. I drank a potion, then I was putting on bandages and looking at my inventory. But I had used my second wind in the fight, so I didn't have second wind anymore, and he did. He also caught me with my back to the wall. I didn't have a lot of room to maneuver. I was mad. We looted all this already. Bill Cosby and Cobb. I really like Mahavri's background. I feel like this whole part right here is very clearly inspired by Anne Rolando. We see like the little like bits here that come off of the cathedral when we like first enter Anne Rolando. I feel like this whole building here is very Anne Rolando inspired. At least now it isn't a rogue coming out of stealth to once after the fight's over. That's true. God damn it. Ooh, Anne Orlando. Takes off his shirt, starts swinging it in the air. Reveals logic body paint. The room is filled with meat-eating flies. I feel like the flavor text in this room is glitched. Because a lot of it just doesn't make sense. The other flavor text is like you smell like the stench of like gore and blood or whatever. As you open your eyes, you find yourself in the misty back streets of the kingdom of Rondon. You visited the city numerous times before, which is why you recognize the streets clearly. There's something uncanny about its houses and street lamps. Something feels off. Waiting for someone to win? No, I'm not a furry. Please, I just need 9 schmeckles. Just 9 schmeckles, I beg of you. Becomes your daily warning if you're listening to this stream in public or without headphones on. You might want to not be doing that. Once I enter, as long as I'm in this building, there are going to be some very raunchy sounds. So brace yourself. On the count of 1, 2, 3. Take your virgin ears from these unholy sounds. What did Wayne for to be? You just need to be a better masturbator. What are these ungodly noises? I warned you! I warned you. They're just wrestling. They're just wrestling. I know. They're just wrestling. Okay, it's safe now. We're not gonna go visit Pocket Cat today. You can stay down there. Please, I just need 9 coins. That's all I ask of you. Got my Wi-Fi's ass cheeks right now. At least the dev has spared us the pain of walking to Kahara's wife-ish scene. So the whole first game really revolves around all the player characters trying to like find Legard. But secretly the whole first game is actually about Nilvan and Rur kind of like fighting. Because all the main characters, they think they're there for Legard, but really they're there to like serve out Nilvan's plan. I don't have the thing. Can't talk to these nerds. This effect hurts my eyes. Let me see if I can turn it off. There you go. You know, Wayne, you're really basic, so I'm just gonna say your first one is like a wolf or a fox. No, it'd be a bird. would be a bird. Because birds are the best animal. And I'm the best. That would be a bird too. But I don't have a persona though. But if I did, it'd be a bird. A crow. But I don't have a persona though. I'm not afraid though. My persona would be moist critical. Every single day I got the moist critical fit on. Every good game is just a big direct or indirect reference to Berserk. Yes. What bird? Crow. Strike birds impale shit on big ass thorns by nature. It'd be a crow, because crows are the best bird and birds are the best animal. One of these guys talks about the sun, I think. Blame the older gods. Why did they curse us with this sickness? You brought this to yourself. Sins must be paid. Oh, it might have been the guy who like lays in the street. You gods will bring an end to the dark times. It's going to be too late for me though. I'm waiting for someone to reveal when. No. No. One day I get 9 raw meat. Never mind the cookbook, I think we were well fed enough at already. Draft will draw your personas. No, please. That sounds like something you might do. Don't give him ideas. Crow best bird? Crow is the best bird. Not Hilden Bjorn. Bjorn Ragnvaldr son. Bjorn Ragson. Crow and gray parrots. Noticing a lot more ranges after the rogue nerf? Yeah. Lots more rangers. One of their natural counters was nerfed, so of course they're going to be thriving right now. I do believe that time to kill is going to be increased after this next wipe. So I think all weapons are going to get a big damage nerf. Here's hoping though. I like fighting. I hope it lasts longer. It also keeps team fights from being like 2 seconds long. You know, the League of Legends problem. Ice King Granny. Only grandma that doesn't try to feed you. She's gonna feed you your own face. Azra, you idiot. We each take a different arm. League of Legends problem is the people. Oh, dude, I heard that. That's like the Crow Mauler sound effect when he like picks your head. I got so scared. League of Legends problem is people are idiots. Everyone builds damage and no defense. Everyone's made of paper in a fight. Those birds in Europe are afraid of nothing. Not to brag, but birds in my area are more gangster than regular gangsters. He healed. He got 1 health back. Did you see that? Did you see it? Ice King Granny. But either directly or indirectly, every character actually gets their motivation to head to the dungeons through Nilvan's influence. I believe Nilvan kind of showcases a lot of like fertility goddess type imagery. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't. Yes. I just didn't want to pick the wrong dialogue option. I think she exhibits a lot of fertility goddess type imagery. So it's interesting that one of Kahara's main drives to like enter the dungeon is to get money to like support his family because he's gonna be having a kid soon. That's probably the most shaky of like my reasonings. It's just a part of the theory. You just say foreskin granny? Maybe did I? I probably did. It's being wild these days. I probably did. Good God. He does the do with Legard and kind of pushes him to like go deeper into the occult, which indirectly leads to him like slaughtering Ragnvaldr's village, giving both Legard and Ragnvaldr a reason to go to the dungeons. And then that also leads to Dars going to the dungeons to rescue Legard. And then you have Enki, who she like directly like gives a vision to keep him from like killing himself through some means, indirectly or directly. Nilvan gave everybody the motivation to go to the dungeons. She is the sole reason that humanity is able to progress. She couldn't extend her reign, but she definitely pushed humanity forward a lot. Talk about a big brain move. I don't know. I feel like what's his name? Valtiel's a very pathetic god, I think. He couldn't create life the way he wanted to. He didn't even create his own spells. You know, he's a scholar of magic, and he couldn't even create his own spells. Like the Tormented One created his own spells. He has the Chains of Torment. He just made his own spell. Valtiel doesn't have any unique spells. He tries to like ascend humanity by creating life, but he fails. And then Nilvan is able to ascend humanity through like a much better plan. I just feel like, you know, every other god does something Valtiel does but better. Valtiel is just a very bad god. Here's what happens when you let Satan into your heart. What happens when you're a nerd. Should have been less of a nerd. That's why Legard fails. I want to try the Chains of Torment. What if Almar is God with the Son, God like Jesus? Okay, so Nazra cannot get panphobia. And the Sun God is a reference to Sol Invictus. Actually a nice analogy. The thing is that Sun God was one of the first two original gods. Like the Sun God and Re were like the first gods. Unless I'm like reading your question wrong. If Earth's the trickster, does that mean Sun God's the truthster? Kind of, yeah. Because, hold on. And the Sun God kind of work in like similar ways, if you think about it. Because let's assume that Mahabre is the domain of the Sun God. Then that means that the throne is like an invention of the Sun God. And the throne makes you face your like true self. You can think of New Gods as like the Sun God's version of moon scorching. In a way. I've got this all in my notes. It's gonna be this whole big section. I think about the lore a lot. Francois, you old shit worm. This is what you've become. Azra. How? I had no intention of explaining a thing to your feeble ears. Oh. Well. But yeah, it's interesting that if we do assume a few things, then both the Sun God and the Moon God have different ways of kind of like revealing the true selves of a person. Rare through moon scorching and the Sun God through the throne. When's the true fear and hunger scholar? Whenever I hear these barks. Ooh, let the dogs out. Poor dogs. I have 400 hours between both fear and hungers. I took like a 3-month break, but we're back at it. I said it before, but I think all these are new gods. These are statues of like other new gods. We even see this new god right here in the Hall of the Gods. The one with like the bandages on his face. We do see him directly. Assuming it's the same guy. It kind of looks like the same guy, I think. But I think these are all other new gods. Maybe even all other dominating ones. This guy looks dominating. Very Spartan-like. He looks dominating. Amazon type imagery. He doesn't look very dominating. Let me try something. Hope we try. Oh look, my high school math book. How long did Miro take to make this game? I want to say about like 2 or 3 years. For the first release, anyway. Let me check. If we're talking from like release trailer to first release, I think it's like 2 years about, if I'm remembering right. If we're talking from the first idea, it's a lot longer. Where is the Fear and Hunger channel? Gonna draw Wayne's persona and you're gonna like it. It looks like a year in between the very first idea to the first teaser trailer. And from the first teaser trailer to full release is yeah, 2 years about 2 or 3 years, yeah. And like I said, the game originally started out as like a choose your own adventure game that was gonna be hosted on YouTube. Before he decided to just make it a whole like actual game. And like I said before, I do think the choose your own adventure game video is very interesting and you should check it out. It is on the official Fear and Hunger YouTube channel. The story is different, but you can see a lot of the concepts that are still there. The little anthill that's outside the Maiden of the Depths. That's in the video. That was originally inside the dungeon. Interesting little tidbits like that. Oh yeah, pesky dictum time. My favorite character is that one guy. Which one guy? When my people talk to him, I think we're just gonna talk to him. I forgot to equip the White Angel Soul. The foreskin guy? The foreskin guy? I do have time to spare. The art sucks. You be poisoned? These are the visions of true Mahabre. I've seen them, which means they exist. Must be close to them, just 100 years or so and I'll ascend truly. Can't be stopped now. But unlike Nosramis, for some reason, Ransalt was never able to find true ascension. Imagine having a gold-plated butt. Oh, perfect. This speeds things up. It is time. As you close the throne, you feel air standing still. You feel electricity and excitement radiating from the chair. But he thought it was a nice idea to dip in gold, then he realized he has hair. Your heart is beating fast. It feels like the throne holds great significance in the greater scheme of things. This is the throne to ascend and become a new god. You could just sit here. Believe me, I wanted nothing more when I first got here. Doing so won't change a thing. It would just start a new cycle that would eventually reach the very same conclusion. The choice is yours, of course. Do as you please. The throne of the new gods is sitting here empty, waiting for a successor to the past gods. What's next? We crush the older gods. Well, I guess we have to sit on it for Legard to sit on it. This throne. This is the moment I've strived for. This is the moment I suffered for. My time has come, Wayne. It's bedtime. You have a good night, man. Sorry, my eyes itchy. How long you streaming tomorrow? It's gonna be a short stream tomorrow, cause I got work on Tuesday. So it's gonna be a short stream tomorrow, long stream on Tuesday. You take care though, man. Sleep well. Get some rest. Good night. See you on Tuesday. Yes, sir. Yes. Because there is no hiding it anymore. Hope you're up to the next last man dangers in my heart night. We shall see. We shall see. You're going though, man. Take care. What's Legard doing? He's betraying us. I arranged my own imprisonment here. I arranged my own death sentence. I arranged my own suffering. Griffith! In order to reach greater heights, to unify the land, to bring upon the new era. I need this power. The strength of kings and queens is not enough. I need more. I need something that lasts beyond me. Think you can achieve all that? Here? This place is the only place where I can achieve such grand goals. Peter Griffith. None of the Grand Kingdom's history books speaks of stand on pure foundations. They were all built on bloodshed and violence. But what if there was a way that we wouldn't require thousands of soldiers on opposing sides shedding their lives? What if such grand kingdoms only required one soul to succumb to the darkness? Only one soul to be tainted? You don't have a soul. You ridiculous, self-indulging maggot. What are you even going to do with the power of the new gods? Are you too trying to push a new world order? An order where the cruelties of the older gods would only be a passage in the history books? You fool, that is not a part of the new gods. New gods, in fact, are just a creation of the rules of the old. They're here to guide mankind like cattle to the slaughtering grounds. I'm sick and tired of hearing about the old world order and the new world order. Order this and order that. Mankind is not meant for order. Our place is in chaos. Humans originate from chaos. It's 1 in a billion coincidence that we even exist. Why would you try to control our existence and put it under an order? For mankind to truly be free from the reign of the older gods, we must strive for chaos. What's the matter, little bastard baby? Did I just crush your miserable worldview and beliefs? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Wang. Wang. Somebody call the ambulance. Like I just throwing a pissy fit. There he goes. I was trying to justify he's doing it for the greater good. That bastard. Nuh-uh. Bro, nuh-uh. Shut up. Pitch black new world is unveiled before you. Cold wind carries over unnatural cries from all around you. I'm not alone here, even if it would seem otherwise. Go find our buddies. Buddy 1. Oh, it's you. I didn't think I'd meet anyone in this abyss ever again. How long has it been? It's very difficult to measure time when you cannot see the cycle of the sun and the moon. Try to keep track. It's been approximately 3 months since we sat on that throne. It's good we're finally reunited. You together. God of feet. To become a god? Uh, so this is the way to become a new god, yeah. This is the way to become a new god. I don't know if Nazra's even in the void. I think he doesn't come in with you. He'll be fine even if we just leave him alone. If we find him, cool. If we don't, that's also cool. I've lost track of myself. This is trouble. Where are we? Okay. If need be, okay, cool. I was gonna say we can fight it, but I'd rather not. Wouldn't Nas just turn you into a crisp if you became a new god? He did say it's your choice, you know? Nazra isn't like as unreasonable as he's made out to be, I don't think. Especially when it comes to the throne. You can like I feel like when we talk to him at the throne, he expresses a lot of like regret. Like he talks about how like when he was like younger and he found the throne. Can he even sit on the throne? I guess not, huh? I guess not. It's not even physically possible for him to sit on the throne. Unless you meant like actually. In which case, yeah, I think he could sit on the throne. I just think it's kind of a dead end for him. He can float over it. But I feel like he expresses a lot of like regret and remorse when he's like near the throne. He'll look funny. He talks about how he made the same mistake of like sitting on the throne and just seeking power. But that wasn't the true way. But then he also says that like whatever you do, it's your choice. I don't think he would kill you as soon as you came out. I think he's more than like pleased to like just let you do whatever. I feel like he more so hates the current new gods. How long has it been? 100 years or so? Have you found what you were looking for? Found something? They say Sylvian created us according to her own image. What if there's a god only in abstract? We have made physical according to our own image. It would reverse our roles, essentially. Or is there a god at all? Something we as humans cannot rely on anymore. I don't know if you can ever understand my motivations, truly, but this is something only I can go through with. I was always meant to go through this. I did try to live my life otherwise, but it was all with no avail. Darce, you know this. We tried to make a change for the longest time. To live is the same as to suffer. To survive, we need to find some meaning from all the suffering. The truth behind it all is the contrast. Without suffering, there would be no bliss or paradise. It's my duty to craft the paradise out of the miserable existence of human life. Only I can do it. Talks a lot of shit for someone in cum shot distance. They already needs to become the clothed one. I mean no harm to you. I am your god after all. To show how much I love you, I'll release you from this darkness one way or another. If you kneel to me, I'll let you out. Okay, so we only have time for one ending here. So are we gonna kneel to him, or are we gonna try and fight him? Because I'm not even sure we can beat him right now. We're not very well equipped, I'll be honest. We're not very well equipped. We don't have a lot of items. We can give it a try though. Does anybody have a preference? We don't have time enough to like do both this stream. When's the next time I'm playing Fear and Hunger? Wednesday. Do both, coward? I can't. I can't. We'll kneel for now. We'll do the fight later. Yes. Love your god. In the interest of me getting some sleep, we'll kneel. You left the dungeons. Contrary to all common sense, you made it out alive. Your return to the civilization would go without festivity. You were back to the square one, essentially. Your long journey to the black gained you nothing. The only thing you brought with you was the bigger understanding of all the darkness this world hid beneath the human eyes. Not a day would pass by that you didn't curse this knowledge. Just the idea drove you towards madness with each passing day. Almost 3 hours of stream just to kneel to Griffith. How dare you? See, the big thing was that, like, Legard got killed during the Guardian fight, so I lost like an hour of progress. I lost an hour of progress, otherwise we would have been fine. But he died during the old Guardian fight, so we had to restart. After several years of living in seclusion, you started hearing rumors about the return of the Knights of the Midnight Sun, and their now legendary Captain Legard. After 3 hours of Dark and Darker, I'm so tired. This man with a mysterious aura was unifying the Western world at a rapid rate. It's almost as if the gods themselves were on his side, choosing the right side of the coin at every possible turn. Eventually, and inevitably, he was throned as the Yellow King, and he would bring prosperity to the Western world, the kind that had never been seen before. You were never fully convinced, however. The name Yellow King left you puzzled, and something about his campaigns gave you uncanny feelings. Becoming a new god lets you predict coin flips. On your older days, in the kingdom of Rondon, you finally caught a glimpse of Legard after multiple decades had gone by since you two departed your ways. You finally understood where the name Yellow King came from. Legard still looked the same age, almost exactly like you remembered. The only difference was his sickly yellow skin, colored by the dark green hue of the endless void. He was not human. This was not a man taking reins to themselves from the gods. This was something entirely different. The prophecy. Alrighty. So he gets he gets jaundice. Yeah, he gets jaundice. You come in, you God gives you jaundice. He's jaundiced. There. I burned my tongue earlier today, so it's been a little hard to talk. God, bro, still no camera kids. I keep tripping over my words more than usual, I think. I burned my tongue today, so it's been a little hard to talk. I have to, like, really try to enunciate. I can't read the way I want to. But, Legard's kind of a weird character, because we're not entirely sure what his, like, canon ending is. It's probably a mix of, like, multiple, unlike the other characters. You did good with aspects earlier, thank you. She's a 10, but she never shuts the fuck up. She's a real yapper, not you. She's a real yapper, speaking Japanese. Once came in from Yappersville. I don't know. We like a yapper around here. We like a yapper. Yappers are nice, I think. 30-minute yap session. Yapping is nice, I think. If it's somebody you like, yapping is nice, I think. Real chatterbox, you know? Yep. People talk. Exactly. Goonie. Just feel like I'm about to hear you say alright then. Alrighty then. Never shuts up, but she'll sit on your face. And she just finished. She never shuts up, but she'll sit on your face. So a 10. Where's the downside here? Calm. What are Legard's endings? Either he ascends and, like, unifies the Western world, fulfills the prophecy. He gets revived as a ghoul And then he becomes like a blood-hungry warmonger. He dies in the dungeon, but that could lead to like the other two endings. It's just weird. I have to look over all of Legard's stuff again. That's one of the things I ignored a lot when looking over the Fear and Hunger 1 lore. It's just a pain. It's a pain. The only ending that matters is the one he dies in, and the only exception should be when you finish him. When a bad bitch orders me to do something. Legard in Soviet Russia. Guard lazy. Do I really say already then all this time? Alright, let's see. So, let me save this. Let me bookmark this. So, I did update the schedule. So for this week, the schedule is accurate. You can go in like the about section of my profile, and you can go look at the schedule. You know what we're gonna be streaming for the rest of the week. I even say if it's a short or long stream. When you're signing off, you pause and say, "Alright then." Do I? Alrighty then, when you're feeling spicy. Do I? I'm gonna have to go back and look at VODs and see if I do that. We are playing Termina on Friday. Long stream for Termina on Friday. We're bringing Termina back. It'll be like for 2 more months. No, I'm gonna try and be better about it. We do got Termina on Friday though. We're bringing back Termina. Let's see. We are also coming in on like the end of our 30 days of Termina, or not Termina, of Fear and Hunger and Dark and Darker. I'm already thinking about how I'm gonna like be working things. Let's see. So we should have this week and next week up until the 6th of October. I think that will be the end of our 30 days of nothing but Fear and Hunger and Dark and Darker. But I won't be there until like 12 a.m. Eastern time. Let's turn it up with Super Mario Theme on. Let's see. So after not that. After the 30 days, we're gonna be getting back to like the list. When are you gonna do a news broadcast? This is the list so far. I haven't updated it yet, but these are at least some of the games we're gonna be playing. Somewhere in there I have to like put in Darkest Dungeon because we didn't finish that. When TwitchCon when? These are some of the games we are gonna be finishing up by the end of the year. I'm thinking about how I wanna like order the schedule, because I want to keep doing Dark and Darker and Fear and Hunger consistently, and just doing these as side series kind of. I was thinking maybe throughout the weekdays I'll do Fear and Hunger and Darker, and then during the like Saturday, Sunday I'll do like the side series. Pop 2 must be finished. I don't see it on the list. We will be coming back starting with Fire Emblem Sacred Stones though, and we'll see how I order that. I am thinking of doing 5 days of Fear and Hunger and Darker, a mix between the two for the 5 days of the weekdays. For Scarlet Maiden. What is that? I just looked that up. But yeah, we'll see. That's my what am I saying? That was my go-to idea though. 5 days of a mix between Dark and Darker and Fear and Hunger. And then Saturday, Sunday are going to be dedicated to like the side series. That way I can stay primarily Fear and Hunger and Darker. While still also like doing a little bit of variety, you know? 'Cause I like doing a little bit of variety. But also I don't want to take another 3-month break from Fear and Hunger. Because that just feels bad. Anything else to announce? I'd interest you in Dead Cells. I've actually played a lot of Dead Cells on stream. That was my go-to. That was my go-to when I didn't have a stream planned. I would just play Dead Cells. I do love Dead Cells. I don't play it a lot on PC. I mostly play it on my Switch, so my PC save is very behind. But anyway, huh? Are you trying to predict? Are you trying to predict what I'm gonna say? Goated? Thank you. But yes, I do love Dead Cells. I'm just very behind on my PC save because I mostly play it on Switch. Yeah. Am I that predictable? Alright, anything else to announce? We're gonna be doing back-to-back Dark and Darker, Monday, Tuesday. Because Monday the game wipes, and Tuesday there's gonna be big balance changes, so I want to play those on stream. But yeah. Sorry, says mother. I thought the bathroom door was locked. Less. We'll talk about my mom. That should be it, I think. Um, that should be it, I think. Right. Try not to say it. And try not to say the thing. I'm gonna say the thing. Alrighty then. It just comes naturally to me, you know. You guys take care of yourselves. Nice bone crack. Thank you. Oh, does the mic catch those? Heard that shit? Damn. I didn't know the mic caught those. There it is. He said it. You guys take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your night. It is not nighttime for you. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Whack his pee-pee.
I'm gonna show the Discord just in case anybody here is not part of the Discord. I am releasing the Fear and Hunger lore analysis drafts as I write them on the Discord. The first one is already up. See you later, gang. You have a good one, Mal. Bazazel. Yeah. Sorry, I'm super out of it right now. Have a great rest of your night. Not nighttime for you. Have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Sleep tight. Stay hydrated. Have yourselves a damn good one. I'll talk to y'all later. Good night.